All right, we're good to go. We're live. What's going on tonight, everybody? Welcome to Trivia Vice. For anybody that's brand new, anybody that is back, is a trivia degenerate like Dan and I both are, then welcome back. We're happy to have you. What's going on tonight, Dan?
Oh, not too much. I am happy to announce Kyle's starting to work on his studio a little bit more. And finally, I got mine pretty much done. So I just forgot my computer to hook that up. That's kind of important. But I should be good to go back into the original studio finally after all these months on Wednesday. So I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
But we got a good one tonight. What do we have? We have 70's trivia.
That's right. A little bit of everything, too. There's no rhyme or reason to the questions. I think they're going to be good. I got to be honest with you. It was 2 decades before mine and Dan's time. So I think the questions will be good, but I don't know. We're going to find out, though. I think it'll be pretty good, though.
Yeah, for sure. So those who haven't played before, guys, it's pretty simple. Just type in 1, 2, 3, or 4 for your answer, and that will, for the answer that pops up. Speed does count, so if everyone gets the question right, the top 3 people will get points added on, and the people with the most points at the end of each round will get a point. Then the top 3 people in each round, I should say. So, yeah, once again tonight we're kind of jumping around. We started off.
So we started with like 13 or something. Now it's at 7, and we'll give it a couple minutes here. Let YouTube pick up how many people are actually on here, so we can get that figured out and everything. But now we're back up to 10. So there we go. I think we got some tough ones. I think it's going to fool some people on this one. So we're going to find out. We ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Give me 2 seconds here. Let's get this pulled off here. Let's do that. Okay, let me share it. Check out that background. Look at that.
The things that we do.
That's right.
This one was all Kyle. Kyle made the questions on this one. I like to be in the dark because I like to answer them.
It's all about the ambiance like that, like we're getting our studios all set up. We're doing it all for you guys. And then the background, I mean, look at that. We put some time into this stuff.
Yep. A little bit magical, a little bit mystical.
That's right. Oh, there we go. You want to do it, Dan?
Yeah. So question number 1, round 1. Star Wars became one of the most profitable movies of all time. What was the film's budget? Is it $5 million, $21 million, $11 million, or $1 million? So you got to think back in, the mid 1970s when they were shooting it, in probably 1975, 76. You got to think how much money. I mean, all of this was a lot of money back then, but for a movie, even back then, $1 million or even $5 million is kind of pennies for a movie budget. I believe, and I honestly don't know the exact amount, but I believe it was $5 million, correct?
No, it was 11.
11. See, they're talking about how it's a small budget, which it is. That's in relatively, especially compared to now, that's a very small budget. But, $11 million back then, that's got to be like, what, $50 million now? Which, again, most blockbusters nowadays cost like $200-300 million. So,
oh, yeah.
All right, question number 2. The line, "Houston, we have a problem," was famously uttered aboard what troubled spaceflight? Pioneer 11, Pioneer 10, Apollo 13, or Apollo 11? I only know this from the Tom Hanks movie, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, same here. Let's see. I think most people getting it.
And I'll be honest, I have not seen Apollo 13 probably since I was like 7 years old, so I don't even remember what the movie's about. And I don't really know why.
It has been a long time since I've seen it as well.
I don't ever remember liking it a lot as a kid, but I remember watching it. So I don't remember like I don't know. But it looks like everybody except for Curtis on that one. So Apollo 11, did that just go around the moon? I always forget which ones do which.
I can never remember which one is which. I just know 13 because of that line right there, basically.
Yeah. All right, question number 3. What show set a record when it had nearly 100 million people tune in for its finale January 30th, 1977? Is it Roots, MASH, Different Strokes, or Dallas? So I do know this one. I believe. I say I know it, and
lot of different answers on this. I think we pretty much hit every single one on the board on this one.
So this one, I believe it was Roots. At least that's what Roots was. Ridiculously popular, which prompted a sequel to it. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think many people did, but for some reason they decided to do a sequel of Roots, and I don't believe it was ever really talked about much. But looks like just two people got that, Dirk and Sean. My second guess would have been MASH. But
I kind of figured MASH was going to end up being was going to be the one that most people went with.
Yeah, but Roots was what? It was a mini series. There's only a couple episodes, but it was definitely a big deal. Question number 4. Gladys Knight and the Pips sang about a midnight train to where? Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, or Alabama?
Do you know this one?
I believe so. I'm not going to say anything yet. It's like
holy smokes, a lot. Everybody going with 2, and then Buffett's went with 5.
Yeah, he's a rebel. I was going to go with Georgia. I don't honestly know the song, though. I'm trying to think of which song that is.
It is Midnight Train to Georgia.
Gotcha. All right, So looks like that one might be our first social of the night. I believe that's the first, isn't it? Or did we get one earlier?
Well, it depends on if we want to count Buffett's.
Yeah, that's right. We may or may not count that one. All right, so okay, we do have one more. It just froze on me there for a minute. So question number 5. In 1972, what car surpassed Ford's iconic Model T to become the most highly produced car in the world? The Volkswagen Beetle, the Ford Angula? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Chevy Corsair or Chevy Camaro. I don't even know what the hell a Ford Anglia is. Is it Anglia?
That's what Harry and Ron ride in Chamber of Secrets.
Of course. I would have known that. I want to go with a lot of people's guess too. I was going to go with 1 because I feel like when you think of early 70s, you think of literally everyone and their brother has a Volkswagen Beetle. I feel like of some variants.
It is Volkswagen Beetle. A couple people going with Camaro. That was what I was guessing was going to be the second choice. That's why I threw it in there.
Now, my question is, when you watch movies from that era, because obviously I wasn't around that time. Why is every Volkswagen Beetle an absolute beat up piece of shit? Am I wrong? They're always they're dents in all of them. They're always beat up and they're interiors torn apart and everything I've ever seen. Steph says, "Damn, we watched the movie tonight." Yeah, I know we watched it, but I didn't there's a Ford whatever it was, because I don't think it actually had anything on it. But anyway, I digress. So we got Evelyn on the board with Caden and Dirk. All right, on to round 2.
Hallie said, or maybe it's Haley, I'm not sure. So I apologize if I mispronounce your name. Said, what? Imagine if Chevy Chase drove a Chevy Corsair. It's a tongue twister.
Is that his actual name? Like his real name, or is that just a stage name? I always wondered that.
I don't know, but I feel like it's a pretty cool name.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. All right, number 1. In the 1970 hit film Love Story, what sport does the character Barrett play at Harvard? Tennis, soccer, hockey, basketball. I actually remembered this all the way from 10th grade English.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since then. The funny thing is, actually, I was just about to rewatch that movie.
Yeah, because I actually I do remember liking it.
Yeah, and I do remember Oliver ends up playing hockey.
Yep.
And was quite good at it. I mean, I feel like if you're at Harvard, that's probably the one sport on this list that's probably pretty competitive, and because it's an Ivy League school and they do a lot of hockey. But you should have put chess or something like that. He's a really good chess player.
Sean says Chevy Chase real name is Cornelius. Oh yeah, good call going with Chevy on that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's kind of a weird.
I mean, no offense to anybody named Cornelius because that's a pretty cool name too. But I mean, Chevy Chase.
It's not a good. It's not a good stage name.
Nah, yeah. All right, number 2. What was the name of the horse that won the Belmont Stakes, Kentucky Derby, and Preakness, making it the 9th horse to win the Triple Crown in 1973? War Admiral, Secretariat, Seabiscuit, California Chrome.
I have no clue on this one. The
Really?
only thing, my only guess is
I feel like this is one of the 2 most popular horses, and I maybe it's just me that thinks that, but I always think if I think of horse racing, I think of Secretariat and Seabiscuit.
Well, Seabiscuit I knew took place in the 30s or 20s or something because the Tobey Maguire movie, but I've never actually seen the movie.
Really?
No, never saw it.
I remember seeing it when I was like 12 because I think it came out in like 2002, and that was literally because he was Spider-Man. So I just thought that was the coolest thing that he was in that movie.
Yep.
I don't remember if it's any good or not, but yeah, it is Secretariat. I was gonna say I was guessing probably quite a few people were gonna get that. I feel like those are the 2 most popular ones, like or at least the 2 most well known.
Yep.
All right, in the 72 Olympic Games, Mark Spitz famously won how many gold medals? 8, 7, 6, or 5? Oh, and I didn't spell them out like we talked about.
But you're okay here because all the numbers are above 4, so you should be safe.
That's good. Good point.
I believe. So Mark Spitz won, was it 7 gold medals? Correct?
Yes.
And then Michael Phelps ended up winning 8.
Yep.
Yeah, which one was it? The Beijing Olympics, yeah.
Beijing. So I think most people got that. Mitch went with 7 and then changed it to 2. Almost a social on that one right there. This is shaping up to be a good game here, I think.
I'm just waiting for. I don't know. You had a few of them that no one really knew, but.
All right, number 4. The film Grease was released in 1978. What was the best-selling single from the soundtrack? You're the One That I Want, Summer Nights, Greased Lightning, or Grease?
You know what sucks is I'm just saying it should be Greased Lightning, but it's not going to be because Greased Lightning slaps. I'm just going to go out there and say it.
But that song nowadays, there's no way that they would get away with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess actually.
Like as a kid, I never listened to the lyrics of it. I just thought it was a cool song.
Oh yeah,
And as an adult, I'm like, oh wow, that's a really dirty song.
So I'm gonna go with number 4, Against the Grain, because I do know.
I love that song, Grease. That's the one at the very beginning of the movie, right?
Yeah, and it's sung by Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons.
Yeah, see, I love that one right there. But yes, You're the One That I Want was the best selling from the soundtrack, which
that's a good that whole movie's good.
The whole movie is good. The whole soundtrack's good. But all right, number 5, in the horror film Carrie, what does she get covered in before prom? Pig's blood, molasses, cow's blood, or cow manure?
Have you ever actually seen the 1976 Carrie movie?
I haven't seen the original one. I've seen the newer one, but I never saw the original one.
That's the original one. It's a good movie. I just rewatched it, I don't know, probably a year ago. It's just a fun movie.
Maybe I've seen the original one.
So, yeah, Carrie gets covered in pig's blood. And spoiler alert, she ends up killing everybody in the gymnasium.
Yep.
And I always kind of wonder why pig's blood. I don't think that's it's never said in they just think it's funny in their Hickson in Maine. But I don't know.
Almost everybody getting that one right there. So this is going to be an interesting round to see who the top 3 are, and we're going to have to rely on Dan to come up with a bonus for tonight because I don't have it. So, look at that. A lot of people getting 5s. All came down to speed.
All right, so Evelyn is at the lead with 2. Buff Edits is on the board with 1. And Buddy is on the board with 1 as well. All right.
Moving on to round 3. Dude, I'm not going to lie. I really like that background right there.
Yeah, it's it kind of looks like a cheap motel rug or something.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if you go into it.
Some of the Vegas hotels out there still kind of have that going on too.
Yeah, it
So.
probably keeps you awake
Mm-hmm.
or gives you a brain aneurysm. I'm not sure which, but
I'm kind of wondering like when the 70s fashion is going to come back because like 80s is
we're at 80s. Yeah.
well 80s kind of seems like it's coming back a little bit with the brighter colors and stuff. I'm waiting for 70s.
Oh yeah. All right, question number 1, round 3. The Fonz in the hit TV show Happy Days wears an iconic leather jacket. What color was it? Is it tan, gray, brown, or black?
So I was actually really surprised when I was coming up with the answers for this. I was surprised to learn that Fonz's jacket was actually brown. It was not black.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure it was black. I hadn't seen Happy Days in a long time, but I always just kind of like pictured like Fonz had black hair and black jacket. Like that's what I always thought. And then as I was researching the answer to make sure I was right, it was actually brown. And I think we got everybody. Sean went with 3 right after he went with 4, but he went with 4 first. So everybody missed that one.
What's Henry Winkler's best movie? I'm going to go with either Waterboy or Scream, both, mid-90s movies. Question number 2, which rock band's plane crashed on October 20th, 1977, killing several members of the group? So Van Halen, the Rolling Stones, Leonard Skinner, or Led Zeppelin? I do know this one. So Hallie wants to know who the heck Henry Winkler is. Henry Winkler he played the Fonz,
played the coach in Waterboy,
and he played the principal in Scream.
All right, I'm gonna go with an outside the box answer for that. What about Click?
Oh my god, I forgot he was in that.
Dude, that movie is so sad. I rewatched that a year ago, and like that's one of the more underrated Adam Sandler movies because it's funny, but it's like more like that's a sad movie.
Yeah, it's like everyone gets that right. It is Leonard Skinner. So let's see here. So Sean says Night Shift with Henry Winkler is good. I have not seen Night Shift. I'll have to watch that. Buddy says Henry Winkler wrote the Hank Zipzer books. Interesting. I did not know that as well. Question number 3. The Dukes of Hazzard took place in a fictional Hazard County in which state? South Carolina, Kentucky, Georgia, or Florida?
Georgia. Cedarson says he kept getting stung by bees in Little Nicky. I haven't seen Little Nicky in a long time.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Do you know this one, Dan?
I'm going to go with Kentucky.
Oh, I figured for sure you would know this. It actually is Georgia.
I've never seen the Dukes of Hazzard. Never seen the new movie. I've never seen the old show.
I saw the movie in theaters when it came out in like 05 or.
That's because they had Jessica Alba in it. Kyle was like, I need to.
Jessica Simpson, actually.
That's what I meant. Jessica Simpson. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was not a very good movie. I don't know that I've ever actually seen the show, but I know like in the 70s it was a big thing.
Question number 4. In which year did Elvis pass away? I was actually going to tell you this should be a question. In 1978, 77, 75, or 73?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't have 70s without Elvis. Personally, I'm not. I think he's overrated. But you gotta have something Elvis in there.
I believe Elvis passed away in 1975.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't remember. I came up with a question. I didn't know the answer though.
Love it. I believe 1975, and I have my reasoning. I just want to see what.
I don't remember, to be honest with you. Now I'm going to be really interested to see. I mean, I like some Elvis. I only like a few of his songs.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Oh, 1977. Okay. I was wrong. No one even went with 75.
You would have went with the Mitch route on that and been the only one to go that one, too.
Yeah. Yep.
He saw his chance. He took it.
Shot my shot. All right. Question number 5. In 1978's Halloween, what state was Michael Myers from? Is it Wisconsin, Nebraska, Michigan, or Illinois?
Now, I know Dan's going to know this one, so we'll have him wait till
So-
afterwards to answer. But I know this one of Dan's
Bonus-
favorite movies. So
Yeah, bonus points to whoever knows where Haddonfield, where the town takes place. It takes place in Illinois, and Haddonfield is actually a real town in Kentucky, which is right next to where John Carpenter grew up. He grew up near Bowling Green. His father was a music professor at Bowling Green. So
I
that's
did
where
not
the
know that.
that's where the town Haddonfield came from. He just moved it to Illinois because he wanted a small Midwest town.
Dan loves some John Carpenter.
John Carpenter freaking slaps. Next couple nights I'm watching They Live. Oh my god, it's one of the most underrated movies ever. Such a good movie.
I gotta watch more of his movies.
Big Trouble in Little
obviously
China.
Halloween's a classic, but I've still never seen like Escape from New York or
Escape
The
from New
Fog.
York's
Or any of
good.
that.
The Fog is amazing. Whew, don't get me going. All right, let's see. So we got a whole new slew of people here. So we got Sean on the board. We got Mama S on the board. And Stephanie Sample on the board as well. So we have, this is interesting. So we have, let's see, we have Caden, Dirk, Buff Edits, Buddy, Sean, Mama S, and Stephanie all with one, and then Evelyn with two. So we got a close one here. What should I do the final on? Like, should I do it on a specific like category in the 70s, or I'm trying to figure out.
Let's go with 70s music for the bonus.
Sean says They Live in Roddy Piper slaps. They Live, yeah, Roddy Piper. Nah, oh my god, so good.
All right, number one. In 1973, the Sears Tower opened in which city? Toronto, Seattle, New York, or Chicago? Now, I'm at least expecting that Sean's going to know this one for sure. And if you don't know, copy Sean's answer. We'll give everybody the opportunity on this one right here.
Is this still called the Sears Tower? Out of curiosity, I don't even know.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Since is it named after? I don't even know. I know it was in Chicago, but was it named after the company that it was Sears, the like company that built it, or is it just like the architect name?
I always kind of assumed that was the case. Was that it was because of Sears, but I don't know, to be honest with you. So Toronto, the CN Tower is in
CN
Toronto.
Tower. Yep. And for you youngsters, that's what Drake has on his one album. It's the CN Tower. The thing on the Drake album.
All right, number two. Jaws came out in 1975 and was a huge hit. How many sequels were there?
Oh yes.
5, 4, 3, 2. So I'll be honest. I don't know that I'd be able to name one Drake song. Is that bad?
Oh, stop it! You know Drake.
I probably do, but I don't know like his songs, like the name of them and stuff.
I was like, I'm hip, I'm cool. So Jaws has 3 sequels, 4 movies total. Like I said, honestly, the first one's obviously a classic. The second one's actually not too bad. The third one's laughably funny, but kind of fun to watch because it takes place in a SeaWorld in Florida, but it's somehow connected to the ocean, even though SeaWorld's in Orlando, which is landlocked. Anyway, and then the fourth one, like I said, the shark roars like a fucking lion, so it's considered like the worst movie ever made. Where did they go wrong?
All right, number 3. Rocky came out in 1976 and was also a huge hit. How many sequels were there? 6, 5, 4, 3. Only the Rocky movies, not Creed. The 2 Creed movies do slap. Dan, I know, hasn't seen the second one. I actually like the second one better than the first, I think, for Creed.
It's not that I didn't like Creed.
They bring Drago back, so I mean you got to like that anyway. This is going to be interesting because you got to remember there was 5 total Rocky original movies. So there was 4 sequels to that, plus a 5th. Rocky Balboa came out in 2006.
Yeah.
So the answer on this is 5, which was number 2. So let's see how many people. I think most people, it looks like, got that. About half and half.
Yeah, you split down the middle there. Pretty close.
All right. Number 4. There we go. All right. What was the original name of the Who? The Why? The What? The Rompers? The Detours?
I don't know this one.
I was wondering if you were going to know this because I know you're better with the 80s music though.
Mm-hmm.
But you're pretty good with 70s too.
Yeah,
so.
as you say, I just don't. The Who I don't really ever listen to. So
I've never really been big into the Who.
A lot of people
going 4 on this one right here.
I was going to go with the Rompers just because it's kind of a cool name, if I'm being honest.
I put that in there. Actually, the top 3 I put in there because I had no idea if those were actually real names or not, but I figured at least somebody would go for it, and I think they did. So it is the Detours, though.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not
70s are not my forte with music. 80s and 90s and 2000s.
Buffett says Dan likes the Rompers. That's a slapping band name right there. Just saying.
All right, number 5. After Richard Nixon's impeachment, who took over for the remainder of his term? Ronald Reagan, Lyndon Johnson, Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford.
So this one, if you've watched that 70s show, kind of actually helps. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Kyle. The one where they go streaking.
Oh yeah,
through the city hall or whatever,
mm-hmm.
And Red obviously goes up and confronts President Ford and asks him how the hell he can impeach Nixon or pardon Nixon. I'm sorry, how could he pardon Nixon?
That 70s show slaps.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that in a while either. I love that show. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch all of it now.
Yeah, that is a good show.
It's kind of one of those you forget about it a little bit, but then when somebody talks about it, it's like, oh yeah, I definitely want to go watch that right now.
All right, so let's see. We got a couple people now tied for first. So Caden's got 2, Sean has 2, and Buffettis has 2, along with Evelyn, and then Dirk has 1, Mamas has 1, and Stephanie Sample and Buddy. So, holy cow, we're going into the final round. And what is this going to be geared around?
Do you want to make this round worth 2?
No. We'll just do a bonus. We'll do a bonus.
All right. I think that I'm pretty sure every round was random. I'm trying to. I made it last night. I'm trying to remember. I made 3 rounds Saturday night and 2 rounds last night, and I'm trying to remember. It's literally was less than 24 hours ago, but I can't remember the 5 questions on this one.
I'll try to come up with if you want to answer the questions, I'll try to come up with a bonus.
All right. Number 1, Microsoft was founded in 1975 in which state? Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, California.
Do
you have a thought on this, Dan?
I was going to guess Seattle, so I would have guessed Washington, but that's not an answer. So I guess probably California. The rest of them seem kind of obscure.
Everybody going with California, trying to get that Silicon Valley in there. It was not. It was actually New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Wow.
Billy Gates started it in Albuquerque.
Why?
I have no idea.
That's just random, but okay. The more you know. A couple people got that.
A couple people. Look at that. Steph and Brooke got it. So going on, I do remember the next question. Going off from Microsoft, a major competitor of Microsoft over the years has been Apple. So number 2, I believe, was about Apple. Yep. Steve Jobs is well known as co-founder of Apple in 1976. He had 2 other founders. One was also named Steve. What was his last name? Wozniak, Wixon, Winston, or Williams? I was going to say, most likely this is probably going to be a gimme question for most people because he's got a very unique last name.
Yeah.
I think everybody got it, too.
I got a pretty good one for a bonus. I think it's kind of a tough one.
Oh, all right.
I think.
What's the topic so we can kind of get pumped up?
Sports.
Oh, all right. Cedar Son says it was Forrest Gump. Come on, man. We invest in some kind of fruit company.
Some kind of fruit company. Oh my gosh.
With like $1 gazillion.
I got more money than Davy Crockett.
That's a household name. All right, number 3. The Walt Disney World Resort opened in Florida in what year? 1977,
Ooh.
1975, 1973, or 1971?
Hallie says no sports. I'm sorry, Hallie. I don't know fashion. I'd have to do more research if I. Maybe next time. I'll come better prepared next time for a fashion one for the final.
Mitch going hard with number 3. He answered that one quick. Do you know this one, Dan?
Yeah, he did go hard on that one. It is 1971.
It is.
Because we went today. It was this year we went and it was the 50th anniversary.
Right. Mitch went hard in the paint and Dan blocked him.
Yeah, he went up for the jam. Wow, gotten everybody on that. That's what I'm talking about. I like it. Yep. Stephanie, we were just there and she still got it wrong. 1971.
All right, number 4. The voting age in the U.S. was lowered to 18 in 1971 when which amendment was added to the U.S. Constitution? 27th, 26th, 25th, or 24th?
I got to be honest, I have no clue. I'm like sitting here just like, I got nothing.
You don't know? Really?
Nope, don't know.
I figured you're a big history buff.
I am, but not this. This is not important history to me. So I'm more of like, I don't know, not this.
We're pretty well split on 2 and 3. It is 2, so it was the 26th. As you say, we're pretty well split, almost right down the middle.
Yeah, you got a definitely a split on that one.
It's going to be an interesting round right here. All right, last question before the bonus. Number 5, who sang Staying Alive? Yes, The Who, The Bee Gees, Blue Oyster Cult.
Gotta give Blue Oyster Cult some love.
So I saw for the first time yesterday, not the first time ever, but the first time yesterday in like 10 years, the SNL skit with cowbell. So I knew I had to find a way to put Blue Oyster Cult in here somehow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's just a classic SNL. I got a favor. I think everybody got this one right here. Let's see. Everybody went with 3, and 3 is the right answer right here. The Bee Gees. I don't mind the Bee Gees. They got a few slappers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say so. All right, it comes down. Let's see. Did someone separate from the pack, or do we got more of a traffic jam? Okay, Stephanie gets on the board with 1. Sean has 3, and Brooke gets 1. So I believe, let me double check here. So Sean's got 3, Buff Edits has 2, and Evelyn's got 2, and Caden has 2. So it looks like Sean coming from behind did win. He is the winner. So
as you say, I don't think he had any going into I think he got all those in the last 3 rounds, didn't he?
yes, I believe so. So we're going to do, congratulations, Sean. Second place, we had Caden and Evelyn and Buff Edits. And anyone else? Am I missing? No. Okay. And then we had quite a few people in third place with Brooke, Stephanie Sample, Mama S, Dirk, and Stephanie. So congratulations, guys. I'm going to do a bonus just because, why not? It's fun.
Oh, absolutely.
So the first one to type in correctly the name of this person will, I don't even know. They're not going to get anything. They're going to get a pat on the back from yours truly. So Cedar Sense types in 1971. It's not a year, only because we're doing decades. So it's going to kind of limit the amount. So
hey, the Packers just scored, I think. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. I need something to cheer about because they got to look better than they did last week.
Man. All right. Pete Maravich went to LSU in 1967 all the way to 1970 before being drafted 3rd overall in the 1970 NBA draft. What was his coach at LSU's name, first name, and it's also his father? What is his name? Pete Maravich's father. I'm going to take his real name or his nickname as the correct answer.
I have a guess, but I'll wait and see. Mitch went with what I was gonna say.
No.
No.
So we got a couple people that got it right. Looks like Buff Edits did get it right. Technically, his name's Peter, but it's spelled Petar. But he was known as Press Maravich. Was his actual that was his actual name? He changed legally eventually because he was well known as Press Maravich. But yeah, his name is Peter. Fun fact. But actually, got a few people. Mama S got that too. Why did you go with Dick, Kyle? I'm curious, real quick, before we get off.
Well, I just figured right? the most common, because you said it's either his real name or his nickname, and I always kind of figure one of the most common names and nicknames associated with Richard and Dick. So
yeah,
don't know. That's the first thing that popped in my mind. Mitch said so, not Dick. No.
He did, however, because Press Maravich was never. I think he was only 5'10", and Pete grew to be 6'5". And I read Pete Maravich's autobiography years and years ago. And Press, when Pete was a boy, because he was such a small boy, would hang him from a door frame and tie weights to his legs to stretch him out. True story. And apparently it worked because he grew way taller than either of his parents. So what do we got on Wednesday?
I don't know. We hadn't really decided. What do you guys want to see on Wednesday? Throw it up in the chat. Let's see. Do you want just general knowledge trivia, or do you want a specific topic? Let's see what they say. And don't forget, October is coming, and we're gonna have all sorts of goodies on that one.
I'm curious what the first recommendation is.
Well, I know what Mitch is gonna say. Mitch wants the dinosaur anatomy in the worst way. Sean says 90s.
That will be coming soon.
Tom Petty, that'd be a good one.
That would be a fun one. You know what? All right, Kyle. You know what we need to do?
What's that?
In honor of the Tom Petty one, let's do a name that tune music trivia. Name that tune music trivia. Kyle and I are going to figure out. I think we have a way to do it.
Either we can either play a soundbite, or if nothing else, we can put a lyric in there, and then you have to name what song it is or something. Yep.
Or we'll do both.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll mix it up. You guys won't know what's coming. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have everything from. We're gonna have things like Drake to confuse Kyle. We're gonna have
either that or what's the other one that was I don't know if he's still popular now. Wasn't Chance the Rapper or something like that? Wasn't that a big thing?
Honestly, Chance the Rapper. I don't even know who that is. I was thinking
pretty sure he was a big deal. I don't know.
You're probably right. But anyway, guys, have a good night. So on Wednesday we're gonna do name that tune trivia, and it's gonna slap hard.
Cedar's ready for it too.
Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna have a Tom Petty question in there. I guarantee it.
Probably a couple.
Maybe a couple.
Tom Petty or Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba. Yeah, we're gonna do some tub thumping. So, all right, guys, have a good night. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Have a great night, guys.